Hey, story lovers, ever been lost in the pages of a mystery or found yourself on a heart-pounding adventure? Welcome to Tale Town. Join us as we dive into the best stories from different genres every week, from romantic tales to thrilling mysteries and fantastical adventures to chilling horror. We've got it all. Subscribe and hit the bell to never miss a story. Let's embark on a literary journey together.
On a chill November night, a young couple, Sarah and Jake, moved into their new home, an old Victorian house nestled at the edge of a dense forest. They were thrilled about the history and charm of the house, but it didn't take long for unsettling occurrences to mar their excitement. The first night was filled with creaks and groans, sounds they attributed to the house settling. However, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. The sensation grew stronger every time she passed the attic door, which, oddly, had no lock. One night, unable to sleep, Sarah wandered downstairs to get some water. As she passed the attic, she heard a faint shuffling. Her heart pounded as she tried to rationalize the noise. "It's just the wind," she whispered to herself. But then she heard it again, this time more distinctly, the sound of someone whispering. The next day, Jake found her pale and sleepless at the breakfast table. He tried to reassure her, but he could see the fear in her eyes. To ease her mind, they decided to explore the attic together. Armed with a flashlight, they ascended the narrow, creaky stairs. The attic was filled with old furniture, dusty boxes, and forgotten relics. As Jake sifted through a box of old photographs, Sarah was drawn to a corner where an old mirror stood covered by a white sheet. She pulled the sheet away, revealing a tall, ornate mirror. Her reflection looked back at her, but something was off. She spun around, but the attic was empty. "Jake, look at this," she called, her voice trembling. Jake approached, and they both stared into the mirror. The shadow was still there, but now it was clearer. A gaunt figure with hollow eyes, standing right behind them. Panic surged through them. They backed away from the mirror, but the figure stepped forward, seeming to grow more solid with each step. They fled the attic, slamming the door behind them. For the rest of the day, they tried to distract themselves, but the image of the figure haunted them. That night, Sarah woke to find the attic door ajar. She nudged Jake awake, and they both listened, their ears straining for any sound. Suddenly, footsteps echoed from the hallway. Jake grabbed a baseball bat from under the bed, and they crept towards the sound. As they reached the hallway, the footsteps ceased. They turned to see the attic door fully open, the darkness inside seeming to beckon them. Jake, gripping the bat tightly, approached the door. He swung the flashlight beam into the attic, revealing nothing but the same cluttered space. But then, from the shadows, the figure emerged. It stepped into the light, revealing a ghostly visage with empty eye sockets and a mouth that stretched into an unnatural grin. Sarah screamed as it lunged towards them. Jake swung the bat, but it passed through the figure, hitting the wall behind. They ran, bolting the attic door and fleeing the house. Outside, in the cold night air, they could still hear the figure's whispers, echoing in the distance. They never returned to the house, leaving everything behind. Years later, the house remains abandoned, a dark silhouette against the forest. Locals say you can still hear whispers from the attic if you stand close enough, but no one dares to go inside for fear of the watcher in the attic. Thank you. Like and subscribe for more content.